Imagine being captured, exhausted, starving, and expecting the worst. Then seeing chocolate, real chocolate, in abundance, waiting for you. Thousands of German soldiers were sent to POW camps in the U.S. during World War II. Most had been living under rationing and had not seen chocolate in months, or even years. This is what happened when they arrived. As they reached the serving line, they expected meager rations. A crust of bread, maybe. Watery soup if they were lucky. Instead, trays were piled with bread, meat, and chocolate. Many paused, unsure if it was real. In Germany, chocolate was strictly rationed. Children often received it before soldiers. For these POWs, this was a luxury beyond expectation. Some stared at the chocolate bars as if they might vanish. Others looked at the guards, waiting for someone to tell them it was a mistake. But it wasn't a mistake. This was the standard. Every day. The first bite was tentative. They broke off small pieces, examining them first. The rich sweetness was unlike anything they had tasted in months. Some closed their eyes as it melted on their tongues. Others laughed in disbelief, a nervous, almost childlike laugh at the sheer impossibility of it all. They shared small pieces with their comrades, passed bars across tables, saved bits in their pockets for later, just to prove to themselves it had been real. These simple moments became profound memories. For context, while these men unwrapped chocolate in American camps, their families back home were surviving on ration cards that barely provided enough calories to live. A typical German chocolate ration in 1944? 5 grams per person per month. That's less than a single square. Here, they could have as much as they wanted. The contrast was staggering. It wasn't just chocolate. It was what the chocolate represented. Generosity, human kindness in the midst of war. Letters from POWs often mentioned the smallest comforts, food, warmth, and a moment of normalcy that reminded them of life beyond captivity. One prisoner wrote home, "They gave us chocolate bars, real ones, American chocolate. I ate mine slowly, savoring each piece, trying to make it last. It tasted like hope." Another described sharing his ration with a fellow prisoner who hadn't tasted chocolate in 3 years. The man wept. These weren't grand gestures. They were quiet moments of humanity that cut through the noise of war. Guards who nodded in recognition, extra portions given without being asked, small conversations about families back home. For men who had been told Americans were ruthless enemies, these acts of basic decency were revolutionary. The camps maintained strict routines, but within those routines were unexpected freedoms. POWs could request seconds at meals. They received the same caloric intake as American soldiers, roughly 4,000 calories per day. They had access to camp stores where they could purchase additional chocolate, cigarettes, and small luxuries with wages earned from work details. Some formed chocolate trading economies within the camps. Saved bars became currency, gifts, bargaining chips. But most just ate it, slowly, savoring every bite, because they knew how rare this was, how impossible it would have seemed just weeks earlier. History is often remembered through battles and strategies, the big moments, the turning points. But sometimes, it's the smallest gestures, a chocolate bar, a warm meal, a moment of respect that leave the deepest mark. For these POWs, a simple treat became a memory they would never forget. Years later, many who returned to Germany spoke about the chocolate, about the abundance, about the kindness that surprised them when they expected cruelty. Some struggled to explain it to families who couldn't imagine such treatment of enemy prisoners. Others kept it to themselves, a private memory of humanity in an inhuman time. But they all remembered. The taste of American chocolate, the weight of a full bar in their hands. The small smiles exchanged over a shared peace, the reminder that even in captivity, even in war, small acts of kindness still matter.